Okay, I'm back. So I guess this is gonna be a two-part video because I had to answer the phone real quick. Um, so it was a little interruption. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna tell one more story before I officially complete this very first Sexy Saturday Stripper Tales. So this is a story about when I finally did get a home club to dance at. It was kind of in a mix of a hole in the wall and a real club. It reminded me of that popular movie everybody know about, and that's the only thing that I did see that I knew about that told me about a club, which is, what is the name of that movie? Players Club. That club and Players Club, I forgot the name of it. That remind me of the first club that I officially took on as my home dance club when I very first started dancing. And oh my gosh. I'm not gonna put the name of the club out there, but I'm gonna make a name for it. I'm gonna call it Velvet. Okay, Club Velvet was something else, and from what I hear, it's still something else. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about an experience that I had, a few experiences probably that I had there. Okay, so at this club, this was like the sister club to the first club that I went to that wouldn't hire me. This was the other club, and they hired me on the spot. But I believe that they hired me because at that time I had an ex boyfriend. I wasn't with him at the time, but we were still on speaking terms and we were still cool at the time. We're not now because this is years ago now. But yeah, we were still on speaking terms, but we weren't still together. But when he realized and knew that I was looking for a club to work at, he didn't really want to get he didn't want me to get into dancing, but he was like, since I don't have no say in that anyway, I can help you to get into a club since they seem to be giving you a hard time. So he said that he was going to talk to the managers there because he knew them, like he was on speaking terms with them. He would hang out with them and stuff at the club. So he was like, he was going to talk to them. And I think that's probably the reason why they hired me, because the sister club didn't hire me. And usually when the sister club don't hire you, the other club ain't gonna hire you either. But if you do get to the point where you can talk to somebody, get cool with somebody, something like that, that'll definitely work out in your favor. I've recognized that myself. And I'm using a lot of these same antics that I got from dancing. I'm using it in my business industry that I'm working in right now, because business is business. It's just the scenery changes and sometimes the people change, but business is still business. So I'm looking at it like they wanted me to get used to the lifestyle and to know what the lifestyle was before I got into it. They also wanted me to get in good with people that was already in that circle. And that's what I'm literally working on right now with my businesses, with the YouTube channel, and getting it really up off the ground and getting my page monetized. I'm really doing the best that I can to ask the ancestors to help me to figure out how I can reach out to people that are already in the industry so that they can pull me on in, just like I did with the dancing industry. Because with the dancing industry, believe it or not, back in the time when I was dancing, and which was like mid 2000s, they were not just accepting you. just because you was cute and fit, because I was always cute. I was always, thank you God, I was always cute, I was always fit. They was not accepting me just because of that. And I could always dance, even though I dance a lot better now than I did when I first started dancing, because of course had a lot of practice. I went to some dance classes. I went to some pole dancing classes and some regular dance classes. And I used to dance when I was in school. When I, coming up in school, I was in acting, I was in singing, I was in everything. So dancing wasn't anything new to me, but it was the stripper world that was new to me, because I didn't know anything about that, like I said. But beyond the very popular movie, The Players Club, and maybe a few other movies that I may have seen that had some flicks about clubs, that's the only way that I knew anything about a club. In other words, I did not know anything about the stripper life at all. So knowing about it now, and people like make try to make me feel like I'm supposed to be embarrassed about it. Like, why are you sharing that? Because it's a part of my journey, and I'm not embarrassed about it. Why are you? It has paid my bills. It helped me to beat homelessness. It actually opened up my eyes to realizing how the world really works and how crazy and effed up the world really works. Okay? Like, I got a lot of enlightenment on how people are, who people are, from the strip club, from talking to people in there, whether they were bouncers, whether they were DJs, whether they were dancers, whether they were house moms, whoever it was I talked to. And I talked to everybody. Whoever it was I talked to, everybody had a story, and everybody had something that they was trying to hold on to that they probably should have been letting go. And everybody had something that was in them that they didn't want to let go, that they know was good for them. And everybody had their own journey. And here I am, the common person in the middle of the mix. And I'm just seeing people from all different walks of life. Like, I have talked to people who used to be millionaires and ended up losing their entire multi-million-dollar business. Okay? The man that bought me this ring, yeah. I have met some people that, talking to these people is like, wow. I have met some people that was dirt poor, but in here, they were very wealthy, very rich in the mind, very creative. And talking to people like that, I've talked to people from so many different walks of life. And I have to say, talking to people in the strip club and talking to people from the streets, man, you realize a lot of ish, okay? It turns something on up here. When you talk to people that are at their rawest form, when you are homeless, when all bets seem to be off and down and low for you, see, if you're a person that never went through this, I'm not talking to you. You can just X out right now. But if you know, then you know. If you've ever been homeless, if you ever felt like you was down on your luck in life, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a certain, it's a light that turns on inside of you that makes you say, you know what, I'm this not about to be the way that I'm gonna stay. Some people don't ever turn that light on, but me, I turned that light on. And I said, I'm not going to stay in this realm. I'm going to learn from this realm. And I'm going to share what I've learned from this realm. But I'm going to end up coming up and out of this realm and graduating to a better realm. And that's what I'm on the verge and the journey of right now. Now, mind you, I probably would still dance if I needed to today or tomorrow. I'm not against it because, like I said, I'm not embarrassed about it. I don't feel bad about it because I know it pays bills, honey. And thank God it's not against the law. So, and even though I got my own businesses and all of that right now, I already know dancing definitely actually helped me to be able to learn how to talk and converse and really flow with people differently than I used to be able to before I ever danced. Before I literally was kind of forced to put myself out there. Because, honey, if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to eat tonight. If you don't put yourself out there, you're going to end up homeless again. If you don't put yourself out there, you know? So I had to figure it out. And I had to realize, okay, sweetheart, snap out of it. These girls around here, they're trying to feed themselves and their kids. They don't give a about you. You got to go ahead and do what you need to do. Now, don't step on nobody's toes because ain't nobody trying to go through nobody trying to hurt you. Even though I ended up going through that anyway. But regardless, I never specifically put myself in any of those particular situations, you know. But where was I going with all of this, y'all? Talking about when those girls jumped me. So I just really felt like, you know, this is wild, this is crazy, this lifestyle. And that's actually part of the reason why I, you know, usually try to, you know, go against the idea of going back into the club and going back into dancing because I ain't gonna lie, the ish is wild, okay? It's wild in there. in the dance industry, it's wild, okay? It's crazy, it's wild, it's dangerous, okay? So, these stories just, you know, let you know just how wild and crazy and dangerous it really can get. And the sad part about it that most people don't understand is that people don't just walk into these situations, because they like wild stuff. Because that was not me. I was doing the best that I can to make sure that I took care of myself and I kept my roof over my head and I made sure that I was good. That was what my motto was. If it didn't feed that, then I wasn't paying it no mind anyways. But, you know, I just got enlightened to so much of how people can hate for no reason. Like them girls that jumped me. They didn't know me. I didn't do nothing to them. As far as I know, I wasn't messing with they men's. So they didn't have no reason to jump me. But they just wanted to mess with me. And sometimes that's just how people be. People just be wanting to mess with people, just wanting to hurt somebody. Why? It don't even matter why. That's just in them. And see, me, I'm going to ask questions like why, because it's not in me to do stuff like that. You know, it's in me to be nice to people, to be sweet, to be kind, to be gentle, generous, you know, loving. That's what's in me. So it's like that's why I always feel a disconnect from people. And I literally, y'all, a lot of y'all see me all the time. I'm usually in the house. I'm about to start getting into the mode of being outside, but y'all, I literally got to get my energy together to do that, because literally whenever I'm around other people, I feel their energy. And sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a curse. Honest to God. And it's like, oof, Lord have mercy. I literally have to get my mind, my heart, my body, my spirit ready for it. That's why people don't understand when I don't go out. That's why I don't be going out, because I really got to get my energy prepared and ready to be dealing with the energy that I'm about to come across from going outside, from going around other people. Like, it's to the point that I could be standing next to somebody. Matter of fact, prime example, and this is way off subject, but I don't care. It's my channel. I rock it how I want to. You don't like it? X out. Bye. Anyway, if you do like it, stick around. So, where was I getting to? Y'all forgive my attention span. Lord have mercy. But y'all know y'all attention span probably ain't no better, so don't judge me. Anyways, let me get back on focus. What was I talking about, y'all? I wish y'all could talk back to me. Maybe I should start going live. But I wouldn't go live unless I still have a certain amount of people subscribe to me already, so that I can like send the notices out and y'all actually respond and come and join me, so I don't feel like I'm doing a regular video like this and I'm on a live. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just be on a video like this. But anyways, I lost focus of what I was talking about. I was trying to tell you all about another story. Oh, yeah. There it is. Okay. So, remember I named the club that I used to work at Velvet? So, at Velvet, I noticed how people are really seriously wild, and they're not even embarrassed about the wildness. Here's the reason why I say that. I witnessed so much stuff that I shouldn't have been having to see with my little eyes. But anyway, or hear with my little ears. But anyway, one of the first clients, I guess you can call them a client, but they ain't give me no money. I'm just calling them a client because I don't know what else to call them. Customers that I came across at this club said, basically, can I get a D? Suck. And something else he said. And I said, excuse me, what? I didn't even let him finish what he was saying. I said, excuse me. I mean, I know this is my first day and all, so you don't know me. But please do not come to me like I'm the triple X Mickey D's. Please don't do that to me. And he was like, what? He was like, oh, this your first day here? I think he was drunk, because the way the way I was just bopping my head, that's how he was. He was like, what? This your first day here? In my head, I'm like, yo, I don't know how long this gonna work out. I said that this dude really walked up. He walked up to me. He was like, I like a D, suck, and something he said. I said, oh no. I'm not. I don't know what you used to.
On it.
But I'm new, okay? And that's not what I do. So we're not
working
going
on
there.
that.
But excuse me, y'all. My computer.
Sorry,
sometimes
I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again in a moment.
But it just starts talking to me, and I ignore it every time because I'm like, I wasn't talking to you, so I don't know why you're talking to me. But that's what that was just now. But anyway, yeah, like that was like, like that's what y'all doing? Y'all just get the ordering? Like y'all getting a steak dinner? I was so thrown off after that. I think that's when I really realized, in order to be in this place all day, because I was in that place all day, guys, because I needed to make money so that I could pay my rent. So I would be in the club from the time that club opened to the time that the club closed. And then sometimes I went to the after hours, because if I did not make my quota, I had to go again. But when I was going through situations like that, and having to get used to guys touching me, and I was not used to that at all. I had to get used to it because I couldn't keep stringing people up every time they tried to touch me. But that's how I was in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, don't. I, now, I know how to strong arm you without strong arming you, if you know what I mean. Like, I was joking. I was joking people. Like, don't touch me like that. But now I know how to grab your arm or, something like that. More calmer if you being too touchy feely. But then I didn't know how to be calm about it. I was just like, what is you doing? Just either black or white. It was no area of gray at that point. But now I can say I've grown and I'm a lot more seasoned now. So I know a lot better now than I used to. But yeah, I used to see so much weird stuff that I don't think I should probably share on YouTube because it might be too graphic. So that's why I'm trying to hold back on a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. It's a fly done got in here. We got the window open because it's a nice breeze coming through. I like fresh air better than just fans and air conditioners. Fresh air is so much better. It helps you be able to actually really breathe and get all the air into your, the fresh air into your lungs. So that's why it's a fly in here now. But anyways, yeah, I decided to tell y'all that because I was like, I couldn't believe how he just was. I felt like I pulled up to like a triple X like drive through or something, even though we weren't driving. And he was like, "Oh, can I get a da 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 da?" Because that's how he was. He was like he was ordering from Mickey D's. But like the triple X version. I'm like, bro, no, not over here. No. Red light, bro. No. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Hold up. How about this one? My first experience, and this was gross. Gross. My first experience dancing, doing the not a table dance, a lap dance on a guy, and he nut in his pants. Yeah, that right there was like, ugh. But it happened, and I got $100 tip for that because I went off on him. I did. I went off. No, you didn't. And then you couldn't even tell me, and you enjoying that. Oh, I went off. I did. I went off. He tipped me $100 after that. Because I was loud, too. Because I was like, this is disrespectful. I was like, this is bad disrespectful. No. He was like, I got you. Calm down. Here, take this. Oh, all right. It still wasn't worth it because that was still nasty and trifling, but it made me be quiet. Had another situation where I was at this other club, and this was more upscale than the last one that I was just talking about. Velvet Club Velvet was not upscale at all. It was more like lower scale. But this club that I'm about to tell y'all about, this one was more of an upscale type of club. It was more of a vibe where it was a lot of guys that would tip you just by sitting down and talking with you. Like I had a lot of clients when I was there, a lot of customers there that was like either they wanted you to just sit down and talk to them and they would just slide you some money. Or I had a couple of dances where you didn't have to do anything but dance. Like, they wasn't trying to press you for anything else like all the rest of them that didn't want to tip you big. Like, you had the people that didn't mind tipping you big and did not ask for anything extra, did not ask for anything else, was very respectful and was very cool. And then you had those that would tip you big, but then be like, all right, I tipped you, so what you gonna do? Nothing. You tipped me for what I did. I just wiggled. That deserved a tip. Don't be talking about someone else. Nothing else. That's all you get. Unless you want another wiggle. But it was multiple different types of personalities and different characteristics that I had to like recognize, and I had to start noticing, and I had to start realizing that people are not always what they set out to be in this physical version. They aren't. How did I realize that? Because of talking to so many people, in especially the club, but also homeless people, where you realize, like, yo, these people are multifaceted. These people are not just one version and that's it. No, we are not boring like that. We literally, every last one of us, we are multifaceted human beings. So this human version of us is not the only version. Because just like the version of yourself that your family members and your close friends see of you is not the only version of you, it's the same thing there. You are multifaceted in your personality, in your character, and in your existence. But people don't want to think that deep, because then they would have to dig too deep into themselves, and sometimes people don't like what they see when they dig deep. So what? Stop being a punk. Dig anyway. And face it. Deal with it. Because at some point you're going to have to face it and deal with it. You might as well go ahead and face it and deal with it now, as opposed to when you're not really ready and you're forced to. Because trust me, take it from me, being a person that has experienced being forced to change and doing so, and being in some situations where I wasn't forced to change, but I recognized that's what was needed. So I did it. And I ended up realizing, like, okay, that's why I could be proud of myself, because everybody don't make that decision to change, and everybody don't actually do that. Some people complain, and literally never change. And those are the kind of people that I'm trying to get away from and cut off, because that's the kind of energy that stays stagnant. That's the kind of energy that does not grow very well. It does not, flourish very well. It does not, become successful at any point, because it's stuck. That's stuck energy. But I'm glad that, I'm getting to the point where I'm able to flow more with my energy, and I'm not allowing nobody to stop that. But y'all, I hope that I was able to really like get a vibe going with this story time. I actually enjoyed telling the story, because y'all, like, I'm really not embarrassed of my life, y'all. Like, my life is lit. Even if it's more lit than I'd like it to be sometimes, it's still lit. So why should I keep that litness secret? Why should I be quiet about that? Why shouldn't I share it with those people that are like-minded like me, who's like, girl, let me tell you about what I've been going through here. Let me tell you about my story. Let me, or girl, I know exactly what you're talking about. Shoot the comments down in that comment section, y'all. Tribe. Get them arrows. Get that bow and arrow going, baby. Is that how you do it? I don't know how you do it. How you do it? Get them comments going in that comment section. Share, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend to come back and become a part of the tribe again. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Mwah.